Did this thing start already? Let's see. All right, I'm checking the chat right now. Well, I'm just waiting for people to show up. Or if not, I'll just start. There's always the replay, of course. There's always a replay. All right. Okay, so I was just checking on my phone, keeping eyes on the chat. Right, I am going to be posting the link to the chat. No, the link to the stream on my community tab. Yeah. That's right. Okay. All right, so I already see there's 3 people on the chat already, so let's get started. All right, so basically Japan has opened up, right? Japan has opened up. As you can see here, I am here at I am at timeout.com. I want to go over some things because there's landmarks that have permanently closed in Japan. Landmarks that when I go back I will not see again, or they're going to be owned by somebody else. Right? Kind of like a lot of the arcades. A lot of the arcades have been disappearing in Tokyo and parts of Japan. You know. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're gonna start out talking about traveling to Japan. Japan has opened. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I did when I went to Japan in 2019, and then we're gonna go on to just some anime stuff, manga sales, and I'm gonna talk about a little bit about Disney at the end of the the stream. So here we go, and it says in memoriam Tokyo landmarks that have closed permanently. Okay, the Sega Building. The Sega Building, this one right here. Absolutely sad, but it has closed. I still remember there's a lot of this is a pachinko parlor. There's a lot of it's a gambling building. It's a lot of pachinko parlors, a lot of that stuff. And it's not going to be there anymore, man. I remember I used to walk by this building like almost every day when I was in Japan. I used to love it. The Sega 2 building, and actually now it's actually owned by like this building and the other building, they're owned by Gigo, another company called Gigo. I think is partially owned by like a Chinese company. Partially. Right, Gigo. Here's the Sega Building 2, known for its UFO claw. Okay. It's a UFO claw machines, arcade games, iconic orange line game center in Akihabara. It shut its doors permanently in August 30th during the pandemic. Sega Building 2 is survived by Sega Buildings 1, 3, and 4, all of which are also Akihabara. This building right here, the Tsukumo Akihabara Ekimae. Oh wait, I think I know this little passage, this little street here. I know this. I think there's a lot of like electronic shops. Like if you want to go buy some gadgets, Some really cool stuff here. So this electronics store is another iconic Akihabara landmark to bid us farewell in August 30th. This highly recognizable building, famous for its tube-like escalator. Yeah. Tube-like escalator running along its side, was just next to Akihabara Station. Yeah, another landmark that we're not going to see when we go back is Labi Shinjuku Higashiguchi Building. I don't remember this. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? No, this is in Shinjuku. When I went, I did not spend a lot of time in Shinjuku. I didn't. I did not spend a lot of time in Shinjuku. I think I went to Shinjuku to, what was it, Kabukichiko? And then I spent like 1 or 2 days there, and then that was it. I walked around to check out the robot restaurant. I didn't go in, but I thought about going in. But I do not remember this building. What's this? Sushi Daidokoya? Shibuya's first kaiten sushi. Conveyor belt sushi closed? What? The conveyor belt sushi restaurant closed? This means that I will not get to try it. I was in Shibuya. Like, I didn't know that this restaurant was in Shibuya when I went in 2019. Crap, man. I missed out on it. And it's closed. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other conveyor belt sushi places. You know, and it says that it was out for like 40 years. It says, after serving hungry shoppers for more than 40 years, man, the pandemic really like just destroyed all of us. Inua said, Noma Sister Restaurant. Never heard of it. What's this? Oh, Toshimai Amusement Park. Where is this at? Amusement Park, August. Ikebukuro Theme Park. Okay, so there's actually some parks, a lot of parks in Ikebukuro. Mario Kart? What? This close too? This is a really good business. But to drive around in Mario Kart, I always wanted to do this. But to drive around in Mario Kart, you have to. You gotta have a license, I think, in Japan to do this crap. Because, I mean, look at it. They're in the street. They're right in the street. You're gonna need a license to do this. Wow. And it says this one received mixed reaction. While tourists bemoan the death of Mario Kart, the unapproved and unofficial real-life Mario Kart go-karting through the city. Locals were overjoyed after international entry bans caused tourism to fall by 99%. Wow. An infamous Nintendo lawsuit and a failed crowdfunding campaign. Mario Kart is now gone. Shit. No. Are you serious? Are you freaking serious, man? I always wanted to try this shit. No. Holy crap. Holy freaking crap, it's gone. Wow, because this used to be so I remember when I first saw this in on YouTube, like people driving around Tokyo in this Mario Kart stuff. Man, this is I always wanted to try it, man. Damn. Is that the unapproved and unofficial real-life Mario Kart go-karting to the city? Locals were overjoyed after international entry bans caused tourism. Yeah, because of tourism. I keep telling you, all these amazing things were closed down because Japan closed up. It says by 99%. An infamous Nintendo lawsuit and a failed crowdfunding campaign. Mario Kart is now gone. Chin up, though. We can soon write an official and much safer Nintendo licensed kart. Oh, let me see this. Super Nintendo World. Okay, so we're going to have one in Super Nintendo World. But I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But it's like, I want to ride in the streets, man. I want to ride in the streets. No more Mario Kart. Hello there. Yeah, anybody join the chat. Join the chat, yo. Join the chat. Man, this sucks. I always wanted to try this. Even just for 1 hour. Just for 1 hour. But whatever. Yeah, so all these things, we're not going to see it again in Japan. The Sega Building in Akihabara is owned by Gigo. So yeah, man. Let me put some music on. Let's put some music on while we listen. Hustle and bustle. By the way, guys, if you're wondering where I get my music from, this is all from The World Ends With You Neo. This is all from The World Ends With You Neo. So if you guys want this soundtrack, you should go and play the game, The World Ends With You, and you can actually buy the soundtrack. It's on Amazon. It's actually on Amazon. If anybody's interested. Yeah. All right. So, and then here's what I was talking about. It says another iconic gaming arcade in Akihabara is closing this September. This was in August 2022. Man, this is sad, yo. This is so sad. The Sega Building. It now says Gigo on it. It does not look as cool. It doesn't look as cool. That really pisses me off, man. But whatever. Life moves on. Life just moves on. All right, guys. So since Japan is opening up, I want to show you guys. My trip to Japan. My trip to Japan. This was one of the coolest things, I tell you. One of the coolest things, I tell you. Yeah, so this is the hotel that I stayed in. My Cube. Okay, My Cube by My Stay. Really cool hotel. These are capsule hotels, right? These are capsule hotels. So, this is actually very cheap. I think I pay like $30 a night or like $25 a night, something like that. I stayed for 2 weeks. I pay like $600 for 2 weeks. That's actually very cheap. $30 a night for a capsule hotel. Now you do have your own space, but like aside from you, like at a distance, there are like other people, but you don't see them. You have your own space. This is great. I actually had a lot of fun coming here. It's a great place. And I took this picture when I went to Akihabara. Actually, let me show you guys. This is where I stayed. Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Anderson. And, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'd like to show you my capsule. This is a capsule hotel. And I gotta say, man, it looks pretty darn. Yeah, so this here, I basically took this video when I went to Japan. This is how a capsule hotel looks like. It's similar to this, right? Good. And this is where I'm staying. So a capsule hotel is basically like a one person. It's kind of like a closet, but it's really nice. It's really and it works great. And as you can see, there are others here. This works. I mean, this works amazing. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this. How do you close this thing? Yeah, so it's kind of like a closet. The capsule hotels are kind of like a closet. I mean, it's kind of blurry here, but... Oh, no, wait. My camera is horrible. I was using my cell phone camera. See? So it has this, like...
curtain style type of thing.
Yeah, horrible camera. The lens, man. Horrible camera. Look at that.
I mean, some people find it uncomfortable, but I mean, it works good. You know.
Okay, the focus is getting a little better.
It's got plugs. It's even got a TV here. Got a mirror so you can see me.
Hello. You guys get to see a little bit of me there.
So Japan is a very unique place. This is where I put the baggage. It's got little steps here. Some handles. So anyways, guys, that is it for today.
Yeah, so so My Cube by My Stay, really cool place. If you guys go to Japan, check it out. If you're on a budget, like if you're on a tight budget, staying at a Capsule Hotel is actually very safe. You have your own space, and you know, in the bathroom, you know, like nobody's gonna like necessarily see you naked, like if you're in the shower or something like that. You know, it's safe, it's great. I used it, and I'm glad I did. All right, so here, these are the streets of Akihabara. The streets of Akihabara. These are the pachinko parlor. You know what? This is the arcades. When I walked into the arcades and I took this picture, like the guy was the manager. I think it was the manager or the supervisor. He came up to me and he was like, "No, like you are not allowed to take pictures here. Screw you." He yelled at me. He freaking yelled at me for taking pictures of the arcade. I was so mad because it's like now I can't take it home. You know, now I can't take it home. I was so angry that day, man. And so again, this is the Sega Building. It's got a little tube stairway, and this is all pachinko parlors. A lot of machines here. If you guys are into that, if you guys like gambling, is there. Okay, here. This is the Japanese drum festival, drum presentation, the shrines. I went to a shrine in Akihabara. It was pretty cool. Very crowded too. The shrines are always freaking crowded, man. Yeah, the 109 building. This was great. I actually met a girl here. The Shibuya Crossing. Shibuya Crossing at night. This was freaking epic, man. Oh yeah, and you're gonna see this a lot in Japan. You're gonna see this, like these drawings, this artwork on the streets. Like it's very common to see this because Japan is the land of anime. It's a lot of attraction. So when you see this, it's like there's a lot of like statues. Like I think in Asakusa, there's a statue of Goku and Pac-Man. I think around the Bandai Namco building. Yeah, the Bandai Namco building has it. Where is it? This is from Akira, the movie. This is the Sen Soji Temple in Akihabara. I had a great time here. This was actually one of my favorite shrines to visit. Look at that. Asakusa. One of the best shrines. This is absolutely beautiful. This is the they burn sage there. They burn sage and they yeah, the reason why they burn sage here is because the smoke, like the scent of the smoke, is supposed to release negative energy. Yeah, look at this architecture here, man. This is absolutely just beautiful. I gotta go back. Oh yeah, that day was freaking raining. It was raining a lot that day. Oh yeah, and here is the giant Gundam. Whenever you guys get the chance, if you do go to Japan, make sure to go to the Odaiba Mall. That is where the giant Gundam relies, bro. That is where the giant Gundam is, in Odaiba, Japan. Odaiba, Japan. Check it out. Oh, and I actually gotta show you this. I gotta show you this. It's Wait, hold on. Dang it. Yeah, so this is actually the what's it called? It was a museum. It will say, shoot, what do you call it? I forgot the name of the museum. Man, I have a horrible memory. Shoot, what the hell was it called? What the hell was this museum called? It was like a light show museum. It was a museum of light. It was in Odaiba as well. Dang it, I forget things. I always forget things. Yeah, but anyways. So Japan, it was great. I went to the Pokemon. And this is Ikebukuro, the giant Pokemon store. It wasn't as big as I thought it was, but it was pretty cool. Yeah, the Charizard, really cool. Really cool, man. It was, I tell ya. You guys need to go to Japan. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. Absolutely lots of fun. What else did I want to cover? Oh, yeah, that's another thing that worried me. There's going to be like, you might find some empty buildings in Akihabara because of all the businesses that closed there after the pandemic, you know, people going broke. You know, the pandemic pretty much bankrupted so many people. Empty buildings in Akihabara are increasing. So there might be some shops that you knew about that are no longer going to be there. Actually, if I remember this street correctly, there was actually, I think it was a candy shop here where they sell those, you know, those fish. Those fishes made out of wheat bread. And yeah, those fishes, they were made out of wheat bread, and they had like strawberry jelly in it. Oh, man. I swear, I think I gained like 5-10 pounds when I went to Japan. Yeah, man. It was great. All right, and another thing that I wanted to talk about was this. They've been adding some pretty cool stuff in Japan. You know, after the pandemic this year, here Sankaku Complex says virtual avatar clerks coming to Lawson stores in Japan. If you guys have never heard of this, all right, convenience stores, convenient food in Japan is absolutely amazing. Like the sandwiches, the convenience stores, they always have all these amazing foods in Japan. So every morning I will go to the convenience store and I would just eat there, from the juice, the sandwiches. It is such, like, it was great. It was absolutely just freaking great. Like Lawson, it was 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven in Japan is amazing, as well as the Lawson. You know, it's like I wish we had that same level of convenience here in America. But then again, we have a different culture, right? In Japan, they have, you know, the train, what I call the train culture, where a lot of people take the train. So because there's so much walking traffic, you know, a lot of people walk to work, and they don't really need a car when you're in you don't really need a car when you're in Tokyo. So people just, you know, they rely on the convenience stores. And the stores, they have like ready-made meals, and good meals too, like ramen, all kinds of sandwiches and shit, man. I'm telling you, it's like, it's so just unique. But anyways, it says virtual avatar clerks coming to Lawson stores in Japan. Oh, so they're replacing real workers with avatars. Wow. I wonder how this is gonna look. So they're gonna have literally like, is it gonna be a screen? So is somebody gonna be in the back with a webcam? Is this like a VTuber for Lawson? That's crazy. Well, let's see what it says. It says the Lawson convenience store chain has introduced virtual avatar clerks called Avacom that will be using to remotely service customers across Japan through cash register monitors, with plans to implement the feature in over 200 stores in 2023. With the ability to control avatars remotely, Lawson is looking to help and add jobs to the workforce, including opportunities for people who have restrictions, working or disabilities that prevent them from working regular jobs. Wait, said Lawson is looking to help and add jobs to the workforce, including opportunities for people who have restrictions working in. Oh, so this is actually pretty cool, because let's say you can have an avatar, right? You can have an avatar and you can work from home, and people will just see an avatar at the local store, but you'll be working from home. So if you have some kind of disability that you cannot leave your home, this is a great way to like work at a local store, quote unquote. Wow. I mean, it's good, you know. I'd rather see like a real person at Lawson, but this is also good for people. This is also good for, you know, for people who I don't know, have some kind of disability that can't work or whatever. Since Avacon is made in collaboration with avatar company Avita, established by Osaka University professor Hiroshi Ishiguro. So there's going to be a lot of VTubers in Japan. Understood. It says, with the number of unmanned stores increasing in Japan, Lawson President Sadanabo Takamatsu aims to promote digitalization with the warmth of people, not just cold digitalization. Says employees can remotely control avatars from their homes using computers, cameras, microphones to respond to customers, in addition to being able to change the voices, appearance, and movements of the avatars. Lawson plans to introduce more, including collaborations with virtual YouTubers. Oh wow! Lawson began recruiting candidates to test out. This is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, let me get a drink, guys. Hold on. All right, so another thing about what's happening in Japan. So I actually came across this news here. It says Amazon Japan bans harmful books penned by Dr. Stone's science consultation team. I thought this was really weird. So not only is Amazon banning books in America, but now they're also choosing to ban books in Japan. And let's go ahead and find out, because this has to do with the creator of Dr. Stone. I don't know if this is about censorship. I didn't read the whole article, so let's go ahead and find out. It seems that despite its best efforts, not even Japan is safe from the threat of censorship, as a local prefecture was recently able to sway Amazon Japan into dropping the ban hammer on two books related to Riichiro Inagaki and Boichi's best-selling manga, Dr. Stone. Okay, in February this year, Amazon Japan delisted two books penned by Dr. Stone's Yakuri Kyoshitsu, the pseudonym used by the collection of groups of scientists, themselves headed by another scientist going by the pen name of the Professor Kurare, who worked with Inagaki to ensure that the manga's chemistry details are accurate. Said these books, the Arenai Medical Encyclopedia, Arenai Craft Encyclopedia, entries into the group's award-winning Arenai Rika series presented readers with non-fiction guides to creating makeshift gadgets, equipment, modifications for such items as motorcycles and everyday appliances. To add salt to the wound, Amazon Japan also suspended sales of the book's Kindle version. Wow. Of course, Amazon gotta be responsible. Yes, according to Japan's online news publisher Nijimen, when series publisher Sansei Books contacted Amazon Japan to inquire as to why these titles had been removed from the online storefront, the corporation responding by informing them that this action has been taken according to the new ordinance established within the Tottori Prefecture. Understandably confused, Sansei Books would follow by asking clarifications on the matter, on which Amazon Japan explained that the prefecture's local ordinances had recently been revised to prohibit the sales of harmful books by mail order, regardless of the distribution. Amazon Japan further called guidelines for adult media products. I mean, I thought so adult media product as additional reason for their suspension of the book sales, despite the fact that these books do not qualify as adult. That's what I was wondering. That's exactly what I was wondering. Like, are they really adult books? As adult under any sexual or violent definition. In the light of the developments, Sansei's Books offered to let their books be rated and listed as such if it would be allow them back into the e-commerce giant good grace. Unfortunately, this alternative was ultimately rejected by Amazon Japan. Wow. I mean, to think that they would go. So Amazon is now banning books in Japan. Amazon is banning books in Japan. See, I'm like, I keep telling people like there's corporations, there's people that are trying to push the same ideologies that we see here in America. They're being pushed on the Japanese. The Japanese are being pressured. And there's Japanese companies that they're buying into. They're buying into the American way of doing things. And it's kind of scary. I'm telling you, it's kind of scary. By the way, guys, if you have anything to say, if you wanna drop into the conversation, like, make sure you can comment on the chat. Don't be afraid, comment on the chat. If you anything you want to say to me, any ideas, anything you wanna, like, anything you can, any questions you want to ask, anything about Japan or anime, manga, whatever, video games, anything you want to say, you can post it on the chat. All right, let's see. Then it says, however, given 90% of the online sales come through use of the site's third-party storefront, Sansei Books was not ready to accept the decision without a fight. Eventually, the publisher inquired directly with the Tottori prefectural government as to which specific part of the book they considered to be harmful, to which government representatives responded with a one-page summary of their new youth healthy development ordinance. Oh, my nose. I said the publisher discovered that following the purchase and the review of the books by local department in charge of hazardous books, a committee had voted for the books to be designed harmful according to their aforementioned ordinance. To this end, Arenai Medical Encyclopedia was removed under Article 13, Paragraph 1. I don't know, it sounds like an excuse. It just sounds like an excuse as to why they should remove. Well, it seems to me like they just wanted to remove a book for the sake of removing it. See, this is what I tell you. This is exactly what happens here. And because it's an American company, they can do things to try and get away with it. Sorry, my nose, guys. I don't know what's wrong with my nose. Yes, and then it says, originally the Tottori Prefecture harmful books designation and its consequences were only applied to items sold and possessed within their local jurisdiction. Okay. It says, however, a 2020 crossbow murder. Kansai led government to revise youth healthy. Thanks to this update, the ordinance now prohibits the sale of harmful toys, knives, harmful books, and other items the youth authority. Okay. I mean, I can understand other things like you know, harmful things to kids, but it's like, if it's just a manga with like pictures like this, then I don't think it should be a problem. But they always gotta make it into a problem, don't they? All right. All right, so we got Bleak-san said, don't give in to Amazon. Mind your business and ship things and stop the ideology. Yeah, that's right. That is correct, my friend. And again, it's always a slippery slope. Like, they'll start with something. They'll start with something like this, like they'll start with a manga, and then they'll make excuses as to why they should ban other items, other books, right? And you know, that's how it starts, and then that's how they take control. I know people don't really like to talk about it, but that's how, you know, that's how it works. All right, also, guys, comment in the chat if you like Dr. Stone. If you like Dr. Stone, comment on the chat, please. I'd like to hear what you guys got to say. You know what? I think this is only in Japan, but I'm not a big fan of Dr. Stone, but it is out there. I might just check this out. Looks pretty interesting. But it looks like it's all in Japanese. Doesn't seem like it's something that's been. Doesn't seem like it's something that has come to America. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some manga sales. Let's take a look at some manga sales. August 2022. MPD Books and top author manga superhero graphic novels. Wait, let me clean my nose. What the heck? Sorry, guys. Yeah, Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is a pretty popular anime. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like up there with like My Hero Academia or like Jujutsu Kaisen, one of the most recent popular ones. But Dr. Stone is pretty interesting. The problem with a shows like Dr. Stone, similar to the old Star Trek, is that it's hard science. Like, it's hard science, so you kind of have to be a little bit of a science geek to enjoy it. Because if you don't understand like what Dr. Stone is doing, like, you know, where he's getting all his ideas from, then like you're probably not going to enjoy it. Like, it's one of those things where like you have to know the science to understand what's happening. Especially since that's the main storyline. Jesus. I think I swallowed my own spit. You guys ever swallow your own spit? It feels kind of funny. Oh, shit. Wait, hold on, I'm cleaning my nose, damn it. Alright, so we got some people commenting in the chat. Okay, so Bleakson said, or maybe you can actually still learn things from cartoons. And Gig Akuma said, the crackdown on censorship will escalate from here. It says, how it used to be in the US. Yeah, you can definitely learn from anime. Yeah, but I mean, I prefer to show kids Dr. Stone, where they can actually learn, you know, somewhat real science. I mean, I don't know how accurate Dr. Stone is with its science, but I mean, I've definitely learned some stuff. I learned some stuff from Dr. Stone, and I think it's better for kids than a lot of the stuff that we have now. A lot of the WOKE, if you guys know what I'm talking about, the WOKE stuff for the kids.
Don't even get me started on Disney, for God's sakes. All right, so I'm like cleaning my nose. What is wrong with my nose today? Jesus.
Right when I'm streaming, my nose start to malfunction. I feel like a dog. All right, so let's take a look at some numbers here with comic book sales, manga sales. All right, so it says in Bookskins top 20 superhero graphic novels. It says so if you guys can see this here, like a lot of the same graphic novels are still selling. Like there really hasn't been many changes here. Like I still see Batman Year One still selling at the top 20. You know, the top 20 comic books and graphic novels. And of course the Sandman, Watchmen still selling. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think it's because of the cartoon. Again, the Sandman, Batman. It's like, it's another reason why a lot of people are going towards anime. It's like there's really not much. Like when it comes to you know, Western American comic books, it's like it's always the same thing. You know, like the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff. But when you go to anime, you have like so much variety. Honestly, I'm getting tired of Batman. I didn't even watch the last Batman movie. That's how tired I am. And then here for, I think this is top 20 author graphic novels. What did they specify the authors? I don't know. All right, but here we have Lord of Olympus. I think this was actually a webtoon. And really quick on the chat, it says we've been bragging to the woke crowd that they'll never change. Anime Japan will stand strong, but maybe we were too cocky. Said this man is coming for you, bro. You've been poisoned. Says Amazon is scourge on this earth. I bet CDPR is happy right now. Yeah, man. I bet you they are. I didn't watch the last Batman movie either. Yeah, because I mean, if you look at it, like we're looking at comic book sales. We're looking at comic book sales. Everything here is Sandman, Watchmen, which came out in like the 2000s. Like I was in high school when this shit came out, right? And now they have a 2019 edition. Oh wow, that's great. But it said there hasn't been any like amazing new comic book that has come out recently. And then we had the Simpsons Treehouse, Horror Anonymous. Okay, so you got the Simpsons, okay. But the Amazing Spider-Man, yeah. So I see the same thing. Again and again and again, just selling. If it's not Batman, it's Spider-Man. If it's not Spider-Man or Batman, it's like something like the Sandman or the Watchmen. Like it's always the same stuff. That is, I swear, it's collapsing. If you go to author graphics novel, I don't know why they, what do they mean by author? Like, it's like how much, like, which author sold the most. And here it says Lore Olympus Volume 2 HC. And again, like I said, I think this is a webtoon. This is a webtoon, is it? Let me see. I think this was a webtoon. Oh, yep, this was a webtoon. It's a webtoon, and it is selling like hotcakes. Actually, let me see. Let me take a look on Amazon. Let me take a look on Amazon, because I think the first part, because I still remember this. This was actually a webtoon, and it has 8,917. This was an X webtoon, and it's doing pretty good, actually. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Okay, on the chat, it says Edge Runner was dope from Giga Akuma. Yes, I agree. Giga Akuma says, I have Batman fatigue for sure, too. Bleakson says maybe Isam from Rippa will be on that list one day. Eric July is laughing at the clowns. Yeah, actually, since you guys are mentioning Rippa, yeah, I'm actually gonna do a review when because Eric July, like I think the fulfillment for Young Rippa, his fulfillment is ending this week. As at the end of September 30, at the end of September, and then he's gonna start shipping them out. And I'm hopefully, I get mine before Christmas, because I want to do a review. I wanna do a back and forth review of the book. Right, I paid $30 for that shit. Support Young Rippa, seriously, support Young Rippa, guys. All right, and then we look at here. This is Solo Leveling, Olympus Lore. Solo Leveling is also a webtoon. It's also a Korean webtoon. Doing the graphic novels. Said The Art of War. The Beginning of the End. March. Gender Queer. What is this? This is Empress. Fun Home. Invincible. Okay, Invincible. I mean, of course. See, this is still selling, and it's because of the Amazon show. It says Paper Girls, Spawn, Condemn. Yeah, see, same. Spawn is still. Spawn has been selling since last year, but it's like it's the same series. And now, if we go to top manga graphic novels. Now, before I go over the sales here, something that you guys have to understand about, why some people say that the comic book industry is doing just fine. The reason why they say that, why the comic book industry is doing just fine, is because the numbers, right? The numbers of manga sales and American comic book sales, they're putting them together, and they're saying, oh, look, yeah, the comic book industry is doing just fine. Yeah, but it's manga. It's the numbers of manga is what's being counted. Is what's quote unquote saving it and making it look nice. But the American stuff, the Marvel, the DC stuff, is going down the drain, bro. Make no mistake of it. It is going down the drain. So for the manga charts, here we got number 1 coming in, Jujutsu Kaisen at number 1, volume 17. One Piece volume 100, Dragon Ball Super volume 16, Spy X Family volume 2 still selling. Toilet Bound, I still haven't read this shit. Like, comment in the chat. If you've read Toilet Bound, Hanako-kun, please comment in the chat. I wonder, what is it about? I have not spent any time figuring out what the heck this manga is about, because it's been appearing on the charts for a long time now. Yeah, this shit right here, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I keep seeing it in the charts right here in ICV2. It always shows up, and it keeps beating. It keeps beating the comic books. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's murdering. It's absolutely murdering the charts. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. A story about... I mean, is he from the toilet? I don't freaking know, but I don't think I want to find out. You know? And then we got Spy X Family Volume 1 is still selling. Chainsaw Man, of course, Chainsaw Man is selling like crazy. Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia Volume 31. Wow. Kami Can't Communicate Volume 20 is still selling. Again, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Volume 14 along with the 14. Volume 15, I mean. Kaiju number 8. I still have to check that out. Demon Slayer is still selling. Chainsaw Man. Yeah, like it's a lot of titles. And Kami Can't Communicate. You know, a manga about romance. Have you ever seen any romance comedy shit in comic books? It doesn't sell. Exactly. So. Yeah, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Could we say that it's a shit anime? It says safe to say. It's a shit manga. Yeah, so don't be fooled whenever you hear something like, oh yeah, the American comic book industry is doing fine, by some idiot on Twitter. It is not. It's actually not. It is actually not doing well. All right, and another thing. What else? Wanted to say some charts. These are some manga that I'm selling, but see, I was gonna talk about this, but some of these are not very popular here in America. Like Setsuji wo Ping, so he sold about 40,000. Yeah, 50,000 copies. Earthchild 5,000. Anake Banashi. All right, but anyways, I wanted to get to this topic over here. I wanted to talk about this cyberpunk anime. Want to talk to... Oh, damn it, this is a small-ass image. I want to talk about the cyberpunk anime. Because the cyberpunk anime is having the same effect that a regular anime would have on manga sales. All right, let's put it at that. Let's put it at that, right? Like, you know how in anime, when an anime comes out, the manga starts selling a lot. Like when Spy X Family came out, all of a sudden we saw the manga, selling like hotcakes. The Spy X Family manga, right? It is in that's what it's for. Like the anime always promotes the manga, right? So the manga starts selling, and then what happens is, then depending on the success of the manga and the anime, they'll decide if they'll make a video game of it, if they'll make merchandise, so and so and so, right? You guys get it. Somebody in the chat said, oh, actually, Bleak Sen said, you haven't watched Cyberpunk Edge Runner? You need to watch Cyberpunk. It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. And for those people for those people that don't like Netflix, look, I understand if you don't like Netflix. I understand it. I've from a moral perspective, and for other reasons, I understand why people do not want to subscribe to Netflix. However, if you are an anime fan, if you are an anime enthusiast, then you need to watch it. Okay, you need to watch. You need to watch Cyberpunk. All right, if you are an anime enthusiast, you need Netflix, because Netflix still makes a lot of anime, and also you don't necessarily have to watch anime dubbed. You can just watch it with you can watch it with the Japanese audio, English subtitles, and it'll be just fine. Right? Like, if you are an anime enthusiast, sign up to Netflix. It is worth it. Netflix is investing heavily in anime, and I always tell people, like, maybe if anything else, if for any other reason, forget about Stranger Things, forget about, for me, I guess, Cobra Kai, forget about every other show on Netflix. If you are an anime enthusiast, get on Netflix. You should be on Netflix and Crunchyroll. And if you pirate it, I don't blame you. I'm not an advocate. Like, I am not an advocate for people pirating things, but I understand why you do it. Says CDPR still has good talent, even though the game is still struggling. Yeah, so the Cyberpunk game is actually... So what I was getting to earlier, like when I was saying that the anime helps sell more manga. Okay, so the Cyberpunk Edgerunner anime actually helps sell more of the Cyberpunk game, right? So recently, and because of, I think it was on Twitter, because of the anime, the Cyberpunk actually sold, I think they sold 100,000 more copies. Or they sold like, they sold 100,000 more copies of Cyberpunk. So, yeah, it's helping boost the game, right? Could you imagine if it was like an American cartoon trying to promote Cyberpunk? I don't think a lot of people would care. So, do you guys remember when Cyberpunk 2077 first came out? Like, all the bugs, that game was so buggy. Like, I remember watching videos of that shit of like the characters, like the NPCs were looking all messed up, right? And I don't know, the code of the game was just it was an absolute mess, right? And so the Cyberpunk anime comes out. All of a sudden, sales starts to go up. And at the same time, to be fair on the creators of the Cyberpunk game, the creators are actually, they're actually helping improve the game. They fixed a lot of bugs, and they fixed a lot of bugs, so they don't have all those problems. Let's see. Yeah, the game was literally saved by anime. So Gig Akuma, yes, the game was literally saved by anime, and that's what I'm saying. I think what Netflix is going to start doing, because you gotta remember, this is a not safe for work anime, and Netflix just put it out there, right? Netflix just put it out there. I think what Netflix is gonna keep doing, they're just gonna keep making more anime. They're gonna keep making deals with probably like game companies, like video game companies, and and they're gonna promote the game with the anime, and at the same time, they will not be doing any of that censorship thing. They will not be doing any of that woke stuff. No WOKE, no political correctness. Like, Netflix has really been like stepping away from a lot of those things, and this is why I tell you guys. Like, I understand you like to pirate, and that's okay. I understand why you do it. But to help out these studios, sign up for Netflix. Okay, morally speaking, from a moral standpoint, that's why I do it, to support these anime studios. Sign up for Netflix. Like, Netflix is really good for anime. A lot of people don't know, and I think if you haven't heard the news yet, Netflix is working on a Final Fantasy anime with Square Enix. The lolly. Yeah, the lolly Rebecca. Yeah, that character was controversial. That character was controversial, but if you I know you guys are talking about Rebecca, but if you look at the anime, if you look at the world of cyberpunk, people can live for much longer in the cyberpunk world. So Rebecca, like, you know, like everybody else in that world, she did a whole bunch of body modifications, and she probably didn't grow very much. That's the problem. Yeah, so, and we're gonna see more of this again. Yeah, so Netflix made a deal with Square Enix. There's a Final Fantasy VII anime in the making, and I don't have all the details, but I know it's coming. Okay, I know it's coming. When is it coming? I do not know. I'm guessing Netflix is probably gonna drop the trailer most likely next year. Because next year, you gotta remember, next year we're getting 2 Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. So they're probably gonna drop a trailer, maybe something 2023 or 2024. No announcements yet. Nothing has been official. I'm just taking an educated guess, looking at how Netflix does things. I think that's basically, you know, the way it's gonna go. So Netflix CEO recently got a new CEO who is laying the smackdown and getting rid of activists. Yeah. Yeah, they're bringing the hammer on woke employees. They are bringing the hammer on woke employees, yo. Oh yeah, and actually, let's hear what some people are saying. I always like to read the comment section. So right here on Niche Gamer, right here in the comment section, it says, somebody said, "I'm playing the game now on PS5 and watching the anime. I'm pretty into both so far. Unfortunately, it's kind of an exception, not the rule, that mainstream games won't be injected with some degree of Marxism propaganda. I try not to let that ruin everything for me. It is disappointing. I've already met apparently the so attractive female in the game, Judy." Hey, Panam Best Girl. It says, "We definitely want to continue to build upon what was built right now. A non-offensive streaming pile of dog." So, well, they're only ones. It says, "Redemption will require rebuilding from scratch the bridge of consumer faith in CD Projekt burned to the ground when they first released the garbage known as Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, because I mean, if you look at the store, if you look at Cyberpunk 2077, like if the game is working correctly, like it's actually great. It's actually pretty cool. But if you got the game when it was so buggy and you spent the money on it, then that would suck. But I mean, I think overall it's a good game. It's just that what a lot of studios are doing now, they are releasing unfinished games out of laziness. I mean, it's ridiculous. All right, guys, so let's wrap it up. All right, guys, so let's wrap it up. All right, so let's wrap it up. This is gonna be the end of the stream. I had a lot of fun talking about Japan. Talking about, you know, manga sales, anime, all that stuff. And I'm gonna try to do a live stream every weekend, like Friday or Saturday. I cannot always do it because, you know, things get in the way. Life, you know, I'm a busy guy. You know, I still have a day job. So whenever I can, I will live stream. So be on the lookout every weekend, maybe Friday nights, Saturday nights, who knows. I try to do as much as I can. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me on the chat. Had a lot of fun. There's gonna be you can watch the replay of the live stream. I had a lot of information on Japan. If you guys are planning on going to Japan, either this year or next year, it's really opening up, and you don't need to be vaccinated, and you don't need, you just gotta take a COVID test, and yeah, you can pretty much travel into the country without any guided tours or any travel agencies. So, this is your boy Andy Matrix, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next live stream. This is your boy Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching.